Hi, I'm Robicheaux, and I'm going to be a senior at Westhoven this year. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about how God opened my eyes to the opportunity of love over this quarantine. So, like many people at the beginning of this quarantine, I was trying to find a project to spend my time with. I thought about it for days and days about what I could do, and I finally landed on learning more about the Gospels. I read 2 of the Gospels word for word and learned more about Jesus. I wanted to know everything I could. One thing that stuck out to me was love. For most of my life, I never really understood love. I thought it was tricky and confusing, but this was only because everyone in my family loved a little bit differently. I soon realized that no 2 people ever love the same, and so in every family, everyone loves a little bit differently. For the longest time, because of this, I couldn't find how much I was loved. I had a one-sided view on love, but by opening my mind to the Word, I realized that I was loved more than I ever could have imagined. As I continued my journey on discovering love, I studied and learned about God's love for us. It made me fully understand God is love, and that we cannot focus on the unloving acts of the past, because that's what I was doing. I had been focusing on the unloving acts of the past. So I discovered that I needed to spend more time and effort on learning love. Too often, I was confusing the loss of resources with the loss of love. I learned that there's an infinite amount of love to go around, and that I had that infinite amount of love to give out. God will never run out of love to give. So after a few months, I began looking at love a little bit differently. The verse 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 4 stood out to me, and it says, "Love is patient, love is kind. Love does not envy, it is not boastful, it is not conceited, it does not act selfish, it does not act improperly. It's not provoked, and does not keep a record of wrongs. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things." So, because of this verse, God was reassuring me and telling me everything that I had thought. I now strive to be able to put my name in the place of love. I want to be able to say that not only God is love, because He is, but I also want to be able to say that Anna is love.
Hey everybody, my name's Diane Westhoven, and I wanted to share a short devotion about the Lord's love during quarantine. 1 John 4:18 says there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear. It is no secret that this pandemic has brought about new fear in our everyday lives. We are scared of what could happen if we don't stay 6 feet apart from someone, or if we accidentally talk to someone without our masks on. More than worrying about the present, we fear for the future. We ask ourselves at least once a day if our lives will ever go back to the way that they once were. However, why should we allow the future to provoke fear in us? The Lord tells us not to worry about the unknown. He says if we are scared of what is to come, that we must remind ourselves of His love. By focusing on God's immeasurable love, we resolve our fear. And this time that was once wasted worrying about the future can now be used to grow closer and strengthen our relationship with the Lord. This pandemic has truly flipped our world upside down, but it has also acted as a reminder that the love of our greatest companion knows no distance between Him and us. So more than worrying about the future, we should focus in on God's love because it is above all else. Thank you.